Welcome back to DEP TV. Thank you very much for coming along again, guys. And if you had noticed, the title of this video is 25 mistakes I made while washing this Skoda. But are they mistakes? And while I've got your attention, if you wouldn't mind, please hit that subscribe button. Go along, hit the bell notification icon so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And if you wouldn't mind, guys, please hit the like button. So the way all this is going to work, I am going to talk you through all the mistakes that I've made. They are deliberate mistakes for the purpose of this video, but I'm going to talk you through them. I'll put on the screen the mistake that has been made, but at the end of the video there will be a full list on screen. I'll also put it in the comments down below, guys, and we'll take it from there. So straight in at number one is the fact that I'm using quite a strong chemical here in the rubber cleaner from Infinity Wax, but I'm not wearing any gloves, so that could get all over my hands, could bring you out in eczema, all sorts of different things. So there you go, number one straight away is no gloves. And staying on topic with the safety aspect of it, technically speaking, depending on the way of the wind, I should technically be wearing some sort of eye protection, whether it be normal glasses that you will wear every day, or if you don't wear glasses every day, possibly safety glasses. And then that's straight on to number three. Another mistake I've made, this is for the mobile detailers, is I haven't yet connected the gun to the pressure hose, so I'm just using it as general water pressure coming out of the end of that hose, which doesn't look very professional, guys, when you're at somebody's house and you're doing that. So I would say number three is going to be not attaching the gun to the pressure washer. Now, number four on this list is probably not one that you would probably think about in your everyday. Your mobile valeters, your mobile details, yes, you would think about it, but not if you're just doing this at home. And number four is wasting product. Now, this product I'm using is in development from Infinity Wax. It's a new rubber cleaner that they're currently developing. Now, for this wheel, I've tested this hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times, and 3 squirts around the tyre is more than enough. And sometimes I'm doing 5, 6, sometimes 10 sprays around this tyre. So number four is going to be the wasting of product, especially when you think it needs more because it looks really dirty, but you haven't looked into how the product works and that type of thing. So on to number five, and number five is going to be wasting water. Now, if you're in a mobile detail situation and you have a water tank, the way that this has been done this morning on this video, you will have probably lost half of the capacity of your water tank due to just the water running out. If you're living in certain parts of the UK, you pay on a water meter if you're doing this in the house, so your water meter has just been clocking up and clocking up and clocking up the whole time, because this water's running off the tap of the house, to be fair, but you're just wasting water with it running out all the time. So number five is going to be wasting the water before I put the gun on, which you've just seen me do there. Right, now I'm going to speed up this next bit just to make the video slightly shorter, because I'm sure you don't want to be sitting here for nearly an hour watching this, so I'm just going to speed this bit up until the next one. This one might be a bit of a controversial one, guys, because where are you meant to put it? But the hose in this instance is caught on the wall at the side, and it gets yanked through, so that's going to cause damage to the hose. Also, when you pull it like that, you can scratch the underneath of the paintwork on the front bumper. So you're sometimes better getting some of the details guards hose things with the rollers on them, just to make life a little bit easier when you're trying to pull the hose round the vehicle. Okay, some of you may be saying, hold on a minute, he's doing a pre-wash. That's not wrong. That's correct. Doing the pre-wash isn't wrong, but it is wrong when you don't clean the wheels first. Now, we know there is no laws that says you have to do this first and you have to do that first, but it is always good practice to clean the wheels thoroughly first, with your fallout remover, your wheel cleaner, your soapy suds, all that kind of stuff. Now, we've done the tyre, that's right, we've done that first, but you should really do the wheel first, because that is where most of the dirt comes from. Although we're putting the pre-wash on the wheels, we haven't washed the wheels first, which technically should be done first, because they are the dirtiest parts of the car, and it means that you won't get any splashback onto the paintwork after you've cleaned it. And just very quickly adding to that one, number 8 on the list would be the fact that I haven't put any pre-wash in the wheel arches, or the fender wells for my American subscribers. It's always good practice to put the pre-wash under there as well, because it does help loosen the dirt and it does help clean the wheel arches. Okay, and on to number 9. We're going to be talking about the snow foam here. Now, number 9 is please check your dilutions, because the mistake I made here was that the dilution ratio for this snow foam is completely wrong. What's in this bottle is Infinity Wax Power Foam. Now, anyone that has used the Infinity Wax Power Foam will know that it comes out really, really, really thick. It is great stuff to use, but there is literally a drop in the bottom of this snow foam gun. It's coming out like water. Now, it's still going to do a job, but you'll notice on the bottle in a wee second when it comes back round the front, or when you can see it again in shot, that this is a Skoda Fabia, and this bottle is more or less empty from one Skoda. There's no way that should happen, so make sure that all your dilution ratios are good. That also leads me on to the fact that the snow foam gun nozzle was set up completely wrong as well. So that's number 10, is the fact that it was the wrong settings for the snow foam gun. We're doing well, guys, we're doing well. We're only 10 minutes in and we're already on to number 11. Now, number 11 would be not washing off the snow foam. Snow foam's there for a reason. It's there to encapsulate any bigger bits of loose dirt, carry them down to the car and drop them off at the bottom. So when you rinse the snow foam off any encapsulated dirt, you're going to blast it off. It's encapsulated in the suds. So the way this has been done is this has been when it's a microfiber mitt, fair enough, but all that dirt that's in the snow foam is going to get caught in the microfiber mitt and it's going to scratch the paint. So it's always, you don't have to, but it's always good practice to wash off the snow foam. Now watch this bit very carefully, guys. What you've noticed me doing here is I'm going right down to the bottom of the door, right underneath the front sill, and then I'm putting it back in the bucket. Now yes, there is a grit guard in the bucket, but because I've went all the way down to the bottom, I've got a lot more dirt in that microfiber wash pad, which may not come out. Then I went down to the next panel and I've started at the top and went all the way down, and then I went onto the back panel all the way down to the bottom, and I've not even rinsed the mat off, and I went straight to the back of the car. So number 13 is going to be using it at the bottom of the car, and then without rinsing out the mat is taking it straight back up and doing the back of the car, which is always the dirtiest part of the car. So I think you can guess what number 14 is going to be, guys. It's not using a dedicated wheel mitt or wheel brush or anything like that on the wheels. I have used the same microfiber wash mitt that I used to wash the bodywork of this car on these wheels. And although you can't see it in shot at the moment, you'll see it at the end of the video. I am using the same bucket and the same water that I used to clean the bodywork of the car. So all that extra bit dirt and everything else is going to be sat in that bucket, and it can't be good. It just can't be good. So I would always recommend a separate wash bucket and wash implements for doing the wheels as opposed to the bodywork. So this bit starts well. Go to the roof. It's a natural habit to start off rinsing at the roof, but you'll notice you go straight down to the wheels. So it's rinsing the wheels off first. What is the point? What is the point in rinsing the wheels off first? Because you're going to rinse the soap off it, and then you're going to go and rinse the bodywork, and all the soap is going to fall onto the wheels. So when you're rinsing off, always rinse from the top downwards, because then by the time you get to the bottom and you get to the wheels, then you're not going to have any more soap falling on the wheels and making a mess of them after you've cleaned them. And number 17 in this list, you've probably been thinking about it already, but I'm going to mention it just now, is the fact that I haven't cleaned underneath the wheel wells. So the wheel wells haven't been cleaned, the fender wells, the wheel arches, whatever you want to call them. They haven't been cleaned. They've been pressure washed, yes, but they haven't had any pre-wash, they've not had any soap, they've not been agitated with brushes or anything. So they are still minging. So now we're on to drying the vehicle, and this time we're going to be using the Infinity Wax Pink Rapid Detailer. It's a great product and it works brilliant, and it also works as a drying aid, which is why I'm spraying it onto the panels. Now number 18 I'm going to put down as, again, wasting too much product, because you'll notice here I'm going to spray it all over the car. But you shouldn't really do that. You should really do it panel by panel to get the best effect out of this rapid detailer from Infinity Wax. I find when you put it on the whole car before you dry the car off, It's not so bad in this weather because it was overcast this day, but if you're doing it in direct sunlight, you have to do it panel by panel, otherwise it's just going to leave streaks everywhere all over the paintwork, especially on a dark coloured car. Now this isn't really so much of a mistake as a tip, to be perfectly honest, but I'm going to put it in at number 19 anyway. It's pre-dampen the microfiber drying towel. Now it might sound counterintuitive when you say that, but when a microfiber towel is dry, all it will do until it gets damp is spread liquid about. It won't soak it up. In a way, I'm not sure what the official term is, but if you pre-dampen your drying towel, it essentially primes it and activates it to work. So if you use a completely dry drying towel on wet paint, it's just going to smear it and smudge it out the way. So pre-dampen your drying towels, guys. That way you'll get the best effect. It does sound counterintuitive, but believe me, it works. Now number 20 is a biggie in anyone's book, and number 20 is letting your drying towel touch the floor while you're drying the vehicle. Obviously guys, it is going to pick up some, even if it's just microscopic dirt off the floor, and then you're going to use that towel around the rest of the vehicle, putting micro scratches and everything in your paintwork. So please, please, please keep them away from the floor. Now, I know some of you will have picked up on this right at the start of the video, so we're going to go on to number 21, which is wearing a watch while you're detailing your car. The more things that you have, i.e. big massive rings, bracelets, watches, that type of stuff, the more of those you have, the more chance you have of putting scratches into the paintwork. It wouldn't be, it would be accidental. It wouldn't be meant, but there is a high possibility of something like that scratching the paint. So if you can, guys, please, please, please take off any watches and jewellery that you have that you may be that may scratch the paint or anything like that. The same goes for big jackets with big zips and things like that, big belts and stuff. Make sure they're all covered up. And boom, here we go again, number 22, using a drying towel that you've just used for the bodywork on the wheels. Please guys, please remember from earlier on in the video, please use dedicated equipment for the wheels. That drying towel is now going to be heavily contaminated. Even though the wheel has been thoroughly cleaned, it's still going to get more contamination on it than normal, which standard washing may not get out in one go, and you're going to go to another car and possibly, I mean, I say this lightly, but possibly put more scratches in another car. So please don't use a normal bodywork drying towel for drying the wheels. And don't ever do this. Just don't ever do it. Ever. Ever, ever. So what you're watching me do here is apply an SiO2 wheel sealant from Infinity Wax called Ghost Sealant to the wheels. And again, no gloves, no face mask in case the wind blows it into my face. And thirdly, applying it wrong, spraying it on and leaving it. You're meant to spray it, spread it, and then leave it. And there you go, guys, last but not least, number 25 in this list of 25 mistakes I made while washing a Skoda. I have picked up the Mankey drying towel, which I threw onto the floor, onto the wall, which could have picked up some sand, some stones, anything. And I'm using that to, and it's damp, so it's alright for spreading it around the wheel, but it's not going to, it could add extra scratches into the wheel. I mean, these are gloss black alloys. Now, before I go any further, I also want to say that this is a family car, so any damage that I inflict on this car will be rectified. Well, that's us, guys. We've come to the end of this video. 25 mistakes I made while washing a Skoda Fabia. But did I make 25 mistakes? We're basing the 25 mistakes on what we are told is the correct way to wash, detail a vehicle. Now, I don't believe that everybody out there is looking for Concourse Quality clean cars every week. I really don't believe that. People just want their cars clean. Now, if you want it especially clean for a special occasion, yeah, do all the steps absolutely perfectly fine, because I'm going to show you the aftershots in a minute, and I really don't think that I've inflicted much, if any, additional damage to this vehicle at all. Just because somebody says it is the wrong way does not mean it is the wrong way. There's people out there have been using sponges for 30 years and it works for them and their cars look lovely. So who am I, or who is anyone to say do not use a sponge, only use a microfiber wash mitt? Just for example, yes, microfiber wash mitts, i.e. the Incredimit, different microfiber ones from different manufacturers, they work great and they have a way of working and they have a way of doing things. But that does not mean that a sponge isn't the right way to do it. A drying towel is expected to be the normal way and the safest way to dry a vehicle. It may be, but that doesn't mean you have to use one. If you want to use a chamois leather, who am I or who is anybody else to tell you not to use a chamois? Do you know what I mean? I don't believe that every single person, like I've said it a minute ago, every single person is looking for Concourse Quality every single time, because you're just not going to get it out in your driveway. People just want a clean car. So who am I and who is anybody else to tell you that you're not cleaning your car correctly when you've done it the same way for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years and your car looks nice every single week? So I've put this video out there saying 25 mistakes I made washing this vehicle. How are they mistakes? The car looks lovely. So I'm going to go to the aftershots now of the vehicle, and you can make your own mind up with this. And put any comments in the comments down below. I do read all the comments. Any harsh comments, any rude comments, the people are blocked and the comment is deleted. But constructive criticism, constructive comments are very, very welcome on the channel. Come on guys, you've got to agree, the car is gleaming. There is no extra scratches in it. It's looking lovely. So I've gave you a list of 25 of what I would consider to be the mistakes, but who's to say they're actually mistakes? Anyway guys, thank you very much for coming along for the ride today. It has been a pleasure as always. Please remember you can find us online at www.deptv.co.uk. We are on Facebook. You can get us at DEPTV Glasgow, and we're on Instagram at DEPTV Official. Thank you very much for sticking around guys, as always. Please remember to give us a little subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. If you like this video, hit the like button and share the channel with anyone you can. But right about now, I think it's time to go.